What's good, everybody? I know it's been a little while. You're back with your boy, Coach Vaughn, the game changer. We're all game changers. And today we're just going to talk a little bit about, or I guess you can say I'm titling this message, You're Doing Too Much. And I want to follow that with a little story. Some of you guys might know, and sometimes when I've spoken, I've preached this and I've spoken about this. But sometimes it's frustrating when you feel like you don't have any doors open for you in life. But sometimes we forget to think about the other side of that. Because we're wishing and we're hoping and we're praying that doors will open up. But now what happens when you have a bunch of doors that open up and you know that you can't walk through all of them and you're unsure of which one it is that you really should walk through, right? And what we fail to realize is that although we might ask all the time for a bunch of doors to be open, it's sometimes just as frustrating to have a lot of doors open as it is when you have no doors open, right? And so I was kind of dealing with something similar with that in my life. Just to give you guys a little synopsis for myself, those of you who know me personally, some of you guys know that I've been working on doing some consulting for a potential candidate to be a politician in the city of New York. I've been doing motivational speaking. I've been preaching a lot. I've been, I'm still trying to do the book thing. I'm trying to work on this grad school thing. I've been doing the coaching track and field. I've been doing substitute teaching. I've had the possibility of possibly becoming a college retention specialist, possibly teaching some undergrad courses, possibly, and I don't even know how this came about, but this is just shows you, man, that anything is possible. It's not definite, but possibly might be teaching some grad school level courses, and some adult basic education courses. So the thing about it is, although all of those things are all well and good, one of the things that's frustrating is how do you know which one of those doors to walk through? Because at the end of the day, you start realizing you can't go through every single door. You can't go through every single door. You have to choose, because what happens is you don't want to go through life and be a jack of all trades, as they say, and a master of none. And the reason why I say that, although a lot of people become jacks of all trades, what you got to realize is that at the end of the day, the person who usually gets paid, the person who usually, for lack of a better word, becomes famous or becomes significant, let's say, the reason why they become significant is because they have at least one thing that they've mastered. They have at least one thing that when people think about this subject matter, they know that this person is the guru on that. This person is the mind that you want to tap into when you're talking about this particular subject. And so what you want to really do in life is you want to become a master of at least one thing, and you'll see everything blow up. But what I was going through, and what I'm still going through, truthfully, is the fact that I didn't have, and I'm still trying to figure out which door I'm supposed to walk through. And in another video, we'll start talking about what it is that you do to figure out which door it is that you should walk through. But I wanted to leave you guys with this encouragement because a friend of mine named Ileana, she's also a fellow motivational speaker from New Jersey area, and something happened to her which was profound and which hit me hard and really gave me hope. And what happened is one of the top motivational speakers in the world right now has been, seeking after her to do some training with her, etc. And she was trying to figure out how she was going to make that and other things that she has going on work, to make a long story short. And when she was trying to figure it out, he said something to her, but it's funny, what he said to her actually hit me very hard. And he said to her, lean not unto your own understanding. And I immediately knew that that was a biblical verse, right? And I'm not necessarily trying to preach on here, but I just want to leave you guys with some encouragement. And as soon as she said that to me, I instantly was motivated And what I did is I went back to see and look up the real verse. And the whole verse is actually two verses that people usually quote when it comes to that. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. And that hit me hard because one of the things that happens is sometimes you lean so much on your own understanding and try to figure out how you're going to make it happen. And you try to figure out in your way which door it is that you're supposed to walk through. And you go based off of only what your logic tells you. And you don't realize sometimes it could be the door that looks the least promising that could be the one that allows you to take off and explode and to get your name out there in the world and do bigger and better and greater things, right? And so I just want to encourage you, before we even talk next week about strategies as to how to figure out what door to go down, I want you to know that even though you may not know which door to walk through, you can still be encouraged, because who knows, any of the doors might open up to you and cause you to blow up, right? As long as whatever door it is that you end up going through, what I want you to know, what I want you to understand is that you need to be diligent. I don't care what door it is. I don't care if it's a small door or a big door. Be diligent in any door that it is that you walk through. And so not only that, but it says it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not to your own understanding. So you don't necessarily know how it's going to work out all the time. I can't give you a science, right? I can give you strategies, I can give you tips, I can give you advice, but it's not necessarily a science to it. The only science to it that I can give you is you're going to have to work your butt off. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, right? Don't lean to your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways, right? And just have faith that your path will be directed. He will direct your path is the final part of those two verses. I think it's Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6. He will direct your path. So my encouragement to you, we're going to talk about strategies to figure out what door to walk through next week. But even though we don't know which door to walk through right now, specifically, I want you to be encouraged that whatever door it is that you walk through, right, you deal in the moment with that door. Give that door your best. And I'm pretty confident, right? I'm guaranteeing that you will get to the place that you want to. You will reach the significance in life that you want to. Why? Because it's not really about the door, right? And that's what's so deep about it. It's not really about the door. What it's really about is what's in here. Thank you. It's really about what's in here. It's not about the door, because the doors can change. Some doors might open, some doors might close. You might not have anything to do with that. You might not have any control over that. But what you do have control over is the kind of heart that you're going to bring to whatever door it is that you walk through. What you do have control over is the work ethic that you're going to bring to it. What you do have control over is your character while walking through your door. What you do have control over is how you're going to treat people with respect. What you do have control over in your academics is how hard you're going to work at it. What you do have control over is whether or not you're going to wake up and give everything you have in the next 24 hours that you've been given, right? You do have control over how hard you're going to work on the job. You do have control over how you're going to dress, right? What we spoke about in the last video. Sagging your pants is probably, I'm not knocking you if you do it, but I'm just saying if you want to achieve certain things, it's probably not becoming of you, right? If you're trying to achieve a certain level of success in a certain area. And so I really just want to leave you guys with that encouragement. And I plan on giving you guys a video of some tips as to how we can figure out what exactly it is that we should do in order to figure out what door we should most likely walk through. All right? It's your boy, Coach Vaughn. Holla at me. Game changers. Peace.